All right, people. Um, I was gonna try to do this strictly from my YouTube capture, but I haven't figured out how to stream live. So this is what's this is probably what's gonna happen. Um, so I'm gonna post this like later as soon as I get done trying to. I just have to get this out real quick. Okay. I tried to record a video or audio and make a video about the election 3 times, and it just didn't come out right. So that's why it hasn't been. I haven't had a straight reaction to it. So matter of fact, I recorded a video real quick this morning, and I'm probably not gonna post that one. I'm probably gonna just fly off the cuff here. Okay. Um, as a disabled black person, I understand everyone's argument, everyone's frustrations about Donald Trump as a disabled in the disabled community and in the black community. But you know what? Um, Hillary wasn't gonna help y'all. Hillary wasn't gonna help us. Like, was she gonna screw up anything? No. Did I vote for? Did I vote for Trump? No. I I didn't vote. And before you say it's your right to vote, our ancestors and all this stuff, it wasn't a deep reason. It wasn't like one of those reasons where, like, I was making a point. I moved here. I didn't know about absentee voting. I didn't know exactly what I needed to do. My ID is still Illinois, so I was like really kind of about. I was really kind of about voting anyway. It really wasn't that top of a mind. By the time it was that top of a mind, it was too late to really do anything. So I got that out the way. I am going to say this though. I do know about the political process. I voted for Obama twice. I didn't know that Congress was that big of a deal the 2 terms I voted for him. I know that now. And I'm making this video to tell y'all, the ones that are ranting, the ones that are raving, the ones that are upset, the ones that are crying about this situation, the ones that want to sign petitions that completely mess up our the veil of democracy that this country has us believe that we're in, because we are not in a democracy. We are in a democratic republic. We were always in a democratic republic. If you study basic history, which I have my interdisciplinary studies degree is sociology. I've taken political science classes. We do not live in a democracy. We live in a democratic republic. We've always lived in a democratic republic. As a matter of fact, our founding fathers made it a point to set up the system so we do not live in a true democracy. There is only one true democracy in this world, and that is Sweden. And they have 17 political parties. So the idea that we cannot have more than 2 political parties is ludicrous, because other countries have more than 2 political parties. You want real change? Build one. You want real change? Get out and vote 2 years from now. When it's 2018 and we're up for our local election, Congress and the House. Congress and the House, they have a vote every even year. The House of Representatives, your House of Representatives, only have terms for 2 years. Your Senate, a third of the Senate is up for re-election every 2 years. You want to really stop Trump? Don't sign petitions that make the electors that vote for the Electoral College, which, oh, by the way, are supposed to be for our voice. Don't sign petitions where they go rogue, because, oh, by the way, they could have went rogue with President Obama when he won. Because the same argument that I'm hearing about Trump not being qualified, I heard about President Obama not being qualified because he was black. You really want to do something here? Hang out these 2 years and pray that Donald Trump doesn't do anything or say anything stupid to get us like in a world war. Get your passports ready just in case he does. And in 2018, when the local elections come, I will be voting. Change something for real. Because you know what happens? Black people, people with disabilities, Hispanics, all the minority groups that are on my Facebook page bitching about this election, you know what happens? Every 2 years, we get silent. You know how I know that? Because in the 8 years President Obama was in office, he was only in power for 2 of them. The first 2 years he was in office was where he did the most work. And he did that by setting up the Affordable Care Act. And one jobs bill. And that one jobs bill was a state bill where he gave states grants for road work, which is why we got a bunch of sidewalks in his first 2 years of presidency. I know this because I'm a four-wheel pedestrian and I noticed it. And when they made Texas take the money, that's the first thing they did. They fixed roads and they fixed sidewalks. The rest of his presidency, they fought him tooth and nail, and we, the American people, did that. Which is why you can make the argument that the president really didn't do anything for black people, because black people didn't go out and didn't vote in their local elections to strengthen the Congress so he can do something. You know why? Because we don't give a damn about voting until the presidential election comes along. Y'all, we bitched about Hillary Clinton not winning the popular vote and not winning the presidency. You know what? If she'd have won, they wouldn't have worked with her. We would have had to hope they would have worked with her for 2 years. Or her whole presidency, because people didn't want her in office either. And oh, by the way, since we want to try to remove people from presidencies now, since we want to sign petitions to make sure that happens, what happened to Bernie Sanders? Because to be quite honest, Bernie Sanders should have ran against Trump, and Bernie Sanders should have been the president. But oh, by the way, even if he ran, he wouldn't have had a Congress either. And by him being more socialist than President Obama was, they really wasn't going to work with him. So you know what we need to do? Instead of complaining, instead of bitching, instead of moaning, instead of signing petitions, there's one petition that I'm going to mention later that we need to look up and we need to sign. But the change.org petition about the electors, about the Electoral College electors going rogue and basically basically not voting for Trump, not listening to the voices of the states. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're already in a faux democracy as it is. The little democratic power that we do have, if they set this precedent, we might as well say we live in a republic. We might as well go to Britain, and we might as well say we live in a republic now, a true one, not a democratic one. You want to really show your power? Weaken Donald Trump's Congress. Period. Go out and vote in 2018. You go out and vote in 2018 and change the makeup of your states. You want Texas to stop being a red state? Give a damn about your local elections. All of us. Make a third party stronger. You know what was a successful third party? The Tea Party. Remember the Tea Party? Remember that racist, extreme right-wing party that was in response to President Obama being elected the first time? The remnants of that is in the Republican Party. The Republican Party saw their power in a quick amount of time and engulfed them. And the remnants of them are still in that party. There are still Tea Party candidates that run for Senate and House every 2 years. If you really want political change, All those people that want a political change, y'all better start building a third party now. Because I kept hearing, we don't want to build a third party. We don't want to vote for a third party candidate. I'm still reading articles about that. Still reading articles about how having third parties or take votes away. Build one. Build one to where they have to reckon with it. The Green Party, the libertarianism, the Green Party, whatever party you want to build. I listened to a David Banner vlog, and he explicitly told black people, maybe we need to start building our own party. Build one. Instead of bitching about how the system is broken and bitching about this man, you know what I'm saying, like winning the election. Oh, by the way, I've done polls before. I've done opinion polls before. I worked for a company where they called you and they asked you who you were voting for. I did that for like 4 months. You know why the polls were wrong? Because when you do polls, you get a small sample size of the people. And even that, you get a smaller sample size because most of the people that you call to get the polls, to get their opinions, don't want to do it. And the only people that give you opinions are the far left and the far right. I was totally not surprised that Florida won. I was totally not surprised that Idaho and Iowa won. Because when you talk to these rural communities where there's poor, working class, white people who are on public assistance because they're in rural areas and they got to get firewood, and because they got wood burning furnaces and wood burning stoves, and the firewood allowance is not enough, they got to get government assistance for, is not enough to heat their house for the winter. That's who Donald Trump spoke to. Just like the President Obama spoke to us, working class and sick and tired black people. There are a lot of sick and tired white people. I'm not going to say all of them are racist, because some of them I know personally believed in change and voted for President Obama twice and didn't see no change. So now, I don't know if they voted. Now, I don't know if they voted for Hillary Clinton. I don't know if they voted for Trump. I don't know if they sat out. But they were like, okay, I voted Democrat for 2 elections, and ain't nothing happened. When you have black people who are on television, Channel 9 television, saying that I'm going to vote for Trump because I voted for President Obama twice. I have the video on my page. Because in their words, they were seeing the condition of their people and their neighborhood not changing at all. When you have Minister Farrakhan, and I'm not even a Farrakhan fan, when you have Minister Farrakhan saying the same thing and actually is hoping that he does better after the presidency, because maybe the red tape will make him, maybe the freedom from the red tape will make him, do more. This election wasn't. I didn't expect him to win. I expected it to be a lot closer than it was. I expected it to be I didn't expect it to be as close as it was, but the idea that he didn't have a chance to win is ludicrous. He had a chance to win, and he won. Does it scare me? Yeah, because he's a bully. He's a bully. He makes fun of people. He makes fun of disabled people. He mocks disabled people. Because of the Republican Congress. Oh, by the way, the articles where they're talking about Medicare and Medicaid and sweeping cuts and all this stuff and attendant care and all this stuff. Oh, by the way, Hillary was going to do that too. That wasn't a Donald Trump thing. Now, you have a better opportunity for that happening, but Hillary Clinton was going to cut Social Security too. I gotta find the article, but that was gonna happen. So you can miss me with the whole Hillary Clinton was gonna, not do anything. She was gonna cut it too. Do better, especially black people. You wanna stop Trump? Hang out these 2 years and go to the polls in 2018. I will be. Weaken his Congress, just like they did Obama's. That's how you stop the madness. And I want y'all to share this. I don't want to go viral for money. This isn't even going to be monetized. But I want this to go viral because I want us as minorities to stop bitching about everything and actually understand what we can do. And we can affect change. And it isn't just every 4 years. It's every 2 years. You want to have a real third party? Build one. Figure out what you represent. Are you a libertarian? Are you a Green Party candidate? Maybe if the Green Party candidate was legitimately strong, maybe Bernie Sanders would have been like, screw this, I'm gonna go to the Green Party. And maybe maybe instead of Gary Johnson only winning 3% of the votes, maybe it would have been a runoff. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a runoff for a presidential election instead of just status quo? Maybe we need to really look at what Sweden is doing as far as the electoral process. And maybe we need to stop writing op-eds about how there shouldn't be third party candidates, how that literally took votes away from Hillary Clinton. Like Hillary Clinton was gonna save us. You know what I'm saying? When she got a Congress, when she got a Republican Congress, and the knock on her was she was basically not really gonna do anything but have Obama's politics, which for 6 years they blocked him on. Some of the most interesting bills that Obama tried to pass was in the last 2 years of his presidency. We could have had in his last 2 years, if we'd honestly if we'd have seriously took account. There we go. If we'd have seriously took into account Congress and voting for Congress and the House of Representatives. Do you realize in his last 2 years of his presidency, every college kid, every high school kid going to college, if they went to a junior college, would have free education for the first 2 years and a job as soon as they graduated, making at least $30,000 a year. That was one of the bills that he tried to pass in his second term. I think in his 6th year, in his first two years in his second term. But we don't give a damn about local elections, and we didn't vote. We didn't strengthen his Congress. But black people wanted to run around and say, he didn't do nothing for us, because we didn't help him. Just like we didn't help Hillary. Just like the Republican base helped Trump get in a stronger presidency when he got in. They came and they showed up. We didn't. That's why he won. And that's why if Hillary Clinton would have won, she would have had a weaker presidency starting out, because the Congress is not hers. That's why Obama couldn't do nothing for 6 years. And by the time we figured out what the problem was, it was too late. We couldn't fix it. I'm telling you, we can fix it now. Everybody, this is my battle cry hang out these 2 years. Get politically active in these 2 years. Write your congressman. The one petition I will say, because I'm telling you, do not sign that petition that says that tells the electors not to vote him in office. Don't do that, because they can do it with any candidate they want, and they can with us. I don't want that precedent to be set. Don't sign that petition. What I want y'all to sign is there's a petition going on in change.org to abolish the Electoral College. We don't need it. Let's abolish the Electoral College and fix what the founding fathers was broke, because and I understand why they did it back then, because it was a young country. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't really know that they were elitists. They really didn't trust people. They really didn't trust the American people. Ironically, they had the Electoral College specifically to prevent this from happening, but this happened because, I don't want to say we're stupid, but we're easily swayed. But yeah, man, don't sign that petition. Stop. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Hold on these first 2 years and everybody needs to get out, and everybody needs to vote in 2018. And everybody needs to vote, all your local elections, vote. Vote in 2018. Vote in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I'm going to tell you this too. If he's somewhat competent, it's probably going to get, because we don't really do the 4-year thing. We kind of do 4 years if your running mate is not an idiot and you're not completely stupid, which I don't think he's completely stupid. I just think he's angry and he makes fun. I think he's a jerk, but I don't think he's dumb. I think he's a jerk, and I think he awakened something. And honestly, to be quite honest, he didn't awaken anything, because George W. had the same. It wasn't as much fervor, because George W. wasn't a mean person. Donald Trump's a mean person. So all the mean assholes that, make America great again and all this shit, all that was, the rallies and stuff, and the AR-15s and the, the N-word and all that stuff. Donald Trump awakened the mean portion of that. But I'm gonna be completely honest. During Obama's presidency, everybody was on, we want our country back. I witnessed this undercurrent for 8 years. I don't know what everybody else was looking at, but for 8 years before Donald Trump got before Donald Trump even got this was an undercurrent. And now they got what they want. And now it's our turn to show what we can do as minorities. Mexicans, Hispanics, all the other Hispanics, black people, liberals, white liberals, the ones that was crying, we don't want Trump to win, the ones that write petitions about changing what little democracy we have. That was so. Don't sign that petition. Please don't. Stop. Don't. You will turn this country into a republic completely, and it's already close. Don't do that. Get out and vote every 2 years. Do that. Fix it that way. And run for shit. You want to do something? Because I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to tell you one of the biggest lies that, and I respect, black activists and everything, but one of the biggest lies that we've told ourselves is don't run for office. You ain't got to run for major office. Run for little offices. You ain't got to be, because see, right now, cats are running around, people are running around, you ain't trying to change nothing, it's just, we're just doing it as a career. Cats are running for office as a career move. Hillary Clinton was running, she wasn't gonna change nothing. Obama had a base of Obama had a base of policies that she was gonna keep for 40, or she was gonna like get her husband Bill Clinton. Oh, by the way, Bill Clinton signed all types of laws on the books that we can't even get out from under. That basic the drug laws in this country. It was Reagan and it was him. Those were the most influential presidents when it came to drug laws in this country. And Hillary Clinton was right there calling black men super predators. But we forget about that. We totally forget about that because she's a Democrat. I stopped calling myself a Democrat years ago. I'm not a Democrat because ultimately Democrats are decidingly liberal about everything, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a Republican either because I understand the social aspect of we need social programs. And while I understand everybody's fear of this presidency cutting social programs, they were doing it anyway in the House and in the Senate. That was happening anyway. It was Donald Trump was not going to do. Donald Trump is probably the nail in the coffin, but they were doing that anyway. And you're writing about it now? That's been happening for 3 years already. And Hillary Clinton was going to cut Social Security. So what are y'all talking about? Weaken his Congress. That'll that'll like put a band-aid on a lot of this. Weaken his Congress, y'all. That's all right. I'm done. I'm done. I had to get that out though, because I'm seeing a lot of dumbness on Facebook now, and I'm seeing a lot of like worrying, and it's just like we could fix this problem if it really is a problem. Do what they did. Do what they did to Obama. Make it to where Trump can't do anything. But I don't know if we'll do that. All right, y'all. I'm out. I gotta watch these basketball games. Preview will be Saturday at some point. I'm also doing a guest interview. I'm not gonna tell y'all who that is, but yeah, do better. We'll be fine. But I want this to go viral because I want the country to understand we can fix this problem. It'll take us 2 years to do it, but we can fix this problem. We can make his last 2 years very hard if we pay attention and if we actually get out and we actually vote for 2 years for the local elections. We can make it. There's a reason why they call it checks and balances, y'all. There's a reason we have 3 branches of government. What happened last night, not him winning, but what happened last night and what happened in the last 6 years of this government should never have happened. But the minority vote, the apathy of the minority vote is the reason why this happened. The reason why the last 6 years have happened and the reason why this has happened. And the apathy of not only the vote, the minority vote, but the apathy of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party let us down because they were lazy. Trump was everywhere. Hillary wasn't. And they were just expecting certain pockets of their base to vote for them. I'm done. Pushing Wild Blackout. Later.